I always say that in the beginning of the show. And I tell you this, there is nothing worse. And Bill went through this yesterday too. There's nothing worse when I have done something 100 times, like getting off a ship, going through immigration, all that, and customs. And I know the routine. I've done 100 times, and I must follow a bunch of people who have no idea what to do. Nothing worse. Well, there is one thing that's worse than that. And that is when I'm doing something totally new for the first time, and some idiot is grousing behind me about me holding him up.
Since 2020, we've done plenty of virtual comedy shows online, and though the virus is slowing, we'll keep going because we've still got lots of hydroxychloroquine.
I don't even remember what hydroxychloroquine is.
I
should probably
Welcome to
update
Virtual
this.
Comedy Show.
Good time to do it.
It's a Zoom meeting with jokes.
Next week.
So please turn on your camera, turn on your mic, unless you have barking dogs or a rabid moose in your living room, in which case, please mute yourself for Pete's sake.
Oh, it's fine.
And let's have some fun.
It's the Virtual Comedy Show, starring Steve Goodie and Brad Tassell. Tonight, Steve and Brad welcome comedian Bill Barunke, plus funny songs from Insane Ian and a patty melt from Patti, and much, much more. Now, please welcome Brad Tassell.
Bill, were you opening for Johnny Mathis on that day? That was great. You were like, that was a great picture or whatever.
Let me recap.
That was fantastic. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Virtual Comedy Show. I'm Brad Tassell, feeling a little blurry all of a sudden. And we are joined, as always, because there'd be no show without him, Steve Goodie, everybody. No show without him. And not because of the jokes, but because we have no way to run the damn thing. And we are joined by our superstar pal, who we can do without, but we don't want to. No one likes it when she doesn't show up. It's Patti Vasquez, of course.
We cannot do without her. You're completely wrong, sir.
Weird. We have a joyous show with superstar comedian who I met yesterday in Vancouver. I mean, we'd known each other, but we actually met and hung out in Vancouver because we're on different ships. And I asked him to please come here tonight because we love him. He was hilarious last time, and somebody flaked. So
that's exactly.
Bronte, everybody. Let's hear it. Let's look at a hot young man. So, and of course, the genius of Bonds, Ian Bonds. You've probably never heard that before. Insane Ian is here too, and
I also exist.
You can't see him because you only see me. So yes, I am on the Celebrity Solstice, a lovely ship for the second week, and I was getting off this ship. See, you guys don't see. There's things that you talk about. People always come up to me and they say, you know, you should. When I grew up in restaurants, if people in a restaurant, you should always talk about this stuff in restaurants and how stupid it is. And I said yes. But when you tell the public something that you're mad at as someone who works in a restaurant, they don't get it, and they're mad at you because they don't understand. So you all probably don't understand this because like people like Bill and I go through this all the time. But I have two choices: get kicked off the ship on port days for like 4.5 hours, or stay and never leave at all. And getting off the ship means throngs of people who have no idea how to go through immigration and customs and move with the confused speed and stare of 1,000 bewildered toddlers dragging 2 bags for a 7-day trip. It is mind-numbing through the terminal. But I gotta tell you, and it probably only takes 20 minutes. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I feel like it's take 13 days. And I also love it at the same time. Does that make sense to anyone? I also love it because of how much I hate it. It's life's oxymoron is what it is. Here's an analogy. And then I'll do some jokes later because there is no joke here. I'm a pretty good ice skater. Any good ice skaters out there? Anybody? Bill?
No.
Alice?
No.
Nobody? Anybody?
I'm only good at analogies. Walker.
I grew up ice skating. I can do it. I can cross over turns. I can spin around. I can play hockey, the whole deal. And I love when I go skating when there are a bunch of mediocre and bad skaters on the ice. Why? because
Why?
because I get to go through it. I get to be like a Corvette in a school zone going 90, right? They're all in the way, and I'm zipping through and having to figure out how to get around them and do all that kind of stuff. And that is what I'm trying to do through immigration. Pass through these orange cones of people as they blunder along stupidly. It is super fun, and I complain about every second of it. And that's what life is all about, right?
And
Bill?
what's so great about that is someone's going to write a review that says Brad Tassell was disembarking aggressively.
That's because
You're going to get in trouble.
well, I've done that. I did that bit on this show. I told Bill about the time I got a comment where they said I was jogging aggressively. The comedian was jogging aggressively. So,
You're just
With a
preparing
triple
for the next year's
axel.
Olympics when they're adding disembarking slalom to the Olympics.
that's right. Yes, and it is quite a slalom. So, and
So
by
it
the way,
turns
next
out
week I'll
there's a
talk about this.
pattern.
The what?
There's a pattern that you have to go to like aggressiveness training or disaggressiveness
Disaggressive.
training.
Well, and the problem was it wasn't even me doing the aggressive jogging. But next week we'll talk about, because I didn't have time this week. I've got a bit because last cruise, some passengers complained about other passengers, not me, and how they were. But it was about me. But it was other. We'll talk about it next week.
Totally makes
Okay,
sense. Yeah.
Here we go. Now this is your chance to complain about these jokes. Here we go. Please write in your complaints and put $1 on them too.
Send them to your congressman.
That's right. An American Airlines plane was diverted because it was too big for its destination. On a similar note, when I tell this to the stage manager about my show, he laughs. I'm too big for the ship. Okay. Okay. The Tony Awards were last night. Did anybody see the Tony Awards?
Yes.
I don't have CBS, but I've watched a ton of clips.
America's Gay Super Bowl.
It was fantastic too. I have now seen most of the performances, and they were amazing. Cynthia Erivo hosted and was incredible. She really is a once in a lifetime legend. And a school friend of my daughter's performed on the Tonys last night, and because he's in his first Broadway show, which my wife and I will be going to see June 22nd. Some of the winners, of course. Best actor was Cole Escola for playing Mary Todd Lincoln. Isn't that amazing? So happy Pride there, right? And
Absolutely.
Nicole Scherzinger won Best Actress in a Musical for Sunset Boulevard, immediately trading the award for a MAGA hat and a free Russell Brand t-shirt. It was fantastic.
Wow.
Do y'all know about her? Okay, great. No. Am I the only one that knows?
I just knew her from the Pussycat Dolls. So
Yeah. No, she was thumbs up in a Russell Brand hat that he was saying, okay, fine.
Yeah.
We're gonna have about 4 weeks of this show where nobody's gonna know what the hell I'm talking about.
we call that a Russell Brand deal.
Yeah, that's what Russell Brand. He's trying to say. Okay. An Australian reporter was shot with a rubber bullet while reporting in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Isn't that fun? Y'all, you had to have seen this today.
Yes.
Sure.
One of Trump's Gestapo on camera, fully knowing it was a reporter, just casually shot her. You can see on the tape, no agitation going on. People are just standing around. She's reporting, zero threat to law enforcement. Bam, shoots an Australian reporter. The reporter will recover. And a spokesman from Australia said, if they want to play, the spiders are coming. They're going to send a lot of spiders.
If nothing
Barry
else
Trump
gets
has a
banned in America, that
girlfriend.
will.
What?
Oh my God.
You guys haven't heard this?
No.
Barron Trump has a girlfriend, and she's American because until the ban on foreigners coming in, he can't have someone to cheat with.
Couldn't get a Russian bride.
The Secret Service announced they are well equipped to handle relationships of the presidential children. With one agent said, the first step, see if she has a sister I can get drunk with. That was as we know, the Secret Service is incredibly inept, and they get drunk and love drugs. Okay. Hey, slave owner and precious gem mine owner Errol Musk. We all know Elon Musk's dad, right?
Yep.
Who was standing in Moscow with a Russian businessman who has already been sanctioned by the U.S., this Russian businessman, said that Vladimir Putin is a kind and generous man who is being maligned by the media, and he supports his son in all ways for sticking to his principles. Errol Musk, everybody. He then stroked a bald cat and completed the purchase of a moon-destroying laser.
$1 million.
$1 billion. Elon is a good boy. Okay.
He never paid any attention to me.
He never said anything, but he gave me diamonds. Okay, this one, I told Janet this one, and she didn't get it. So you're all going to have to
Explain it to Janet.
An elephant in Thailand walked into a convenience store and stole bags of candy and dried bananas.
That's right.
Well, another elephant waited outside. After causing a good bit of damage, the pachyderm was scared out of the store by the screaming owners. Once getting outside, he said to his friend, "You said they wouldn't talk about me." The elephant in the room.
That's right.
Okay, well, a couple people got it. Hey, Steve.
Yes, Brad.
In an interview, Don McLean, how do you say his name?
Either way.
Either way. Writer of American Pie. He said that Weird Al's parody of American Pie, The Saga Begins, is better than the original. Isn't that wild? Al, for his part, remarked, "Screw you, Dumbledore." That was a pretty local joke there. Bill, no idea what that.
No idea.
No idea. Steve Goodie has a song. Okay, Steve Goodie has a song called Dumbledore, which is a parody of an original song that Weird Al Yankovic wrote. And Weird Al was always mad because his daughter liked Dumbledore better than he liked his original song.
Right. That's correct.
All right.
You had to come with Gilmore, which is,
I can laugh now if you want.
Yeah. Okay.
Please.
Steve, play the video. Okay, so Steve's got a video of Al saying how much he hates Steve. Okay. Hey, Janet also didn't get this joke, probably because she doesn't know anything about Marvel. The biggest news in the multiverse, the role of Deadpool in a new Marvel project will be
Patrick Harris.
Neil Patrick Harris. Good job.
Wow.
Yeah. Deadpool will now be played by Neil Patrick Harris. Ryan Reynolds jokingly quipped he thinks the Doogie Howser actor is a butthole for taking the road. He said it was Also remarking was Jim Carrey, who said, "Neil steals more roles than you can count."
I get it because of Chuck.
Huh?
Never mind.
Admittedly,
I don't get it.
Count
Olaf, too. He did.
Count Olaf.
Yeah. All right.
Hello.
Damn it. Okay. Two more. An 11-year-old vacationing with her family in Florida found a note in a bottle washed up on the shore that turned out to be from 2018 from a now 21-year-old woman in Hawaii who
Correct.
had written the note and a phone number when she was 13 years old to see where it would end up. The mother of the girl decided to text the Hawaiian woman and was surprised to get a response that said, "I can approve you for a loan of more than $1 million in 10 months." And she took the money. All right, one more than the joke of the week. And this one is my favorite. And Janet went, "What?" Ed, the runaway zebra, has been captured.
Yep.
Yep. If you don't know, more than a week ago in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, a pet zebra escaped and has been the subject of a massive hunt by police. This is just a week after an escaped pet kangaroo was captured hopping along the Alabama highway. I don't know if you knew that.
Yep.
Now, this has led to two domestic red pandas in Georgia saying, "Okay, what'd they do wrong? Gotta work this out." Okay. Here you go.
Did you hear about where the kangaroo shot the zebra with a rubber bullet?
Yes. No, it'd be the other way around. The
No, I
zebra
like
would
it that
shot
way.
the kangaroo.
I know, but I like it that way.
All right. Well, it's your joke. What do you call it? Okay, here's the joke of the week. I wrote this. It's terrible.
And it's the
What
best
do you
one of
call?
the week.
What do you call a nerd that can help you get in the house? What do you call a nerd that can help you get in the house?
What do you call a nerd that can help you get in the house?
Dorky.
Tassell, everybody.
He's dorky.
Hear what you said.
He's right over there.
Very cute.
It seems obvious once you hear it. Dorky.
It does seem pretty obvious.
Yeah.
Not as obvious as the kangaroo and the zebra one, but it was pretty good.
Yes. Well, and the elephant. I thought the elephant one was obvious, and Janet was like, "What?"
Mm-hmm.
There was an 800-pound gorilla right there.
Let's do this.
Oh yeah, do this.
Much
yeah,
better
put
that way.
Straight. Okay.
And then we'll do this. So much fun things going on in the news. Oh, everything just makes you happy to be alive, proud to be an American, glad to be part of the American human race. Because we got it so figured out now. This top 10 list, although it is meant joyfully, is a little bit politically incorrect. I realized as I was rehearsing it. So, but too late to change it. So everybody accept this in the spirit in which it was intended. Right, Bob? Right.
Yeah.
Tonight's top 10 category, top 10 kinds of people who should be worried about ICE raids.
Ooh.
It's happening, and some people are worried. These are the top 10 kinds of people who should be worried about ICE raids. Number 10, carbon-based people. Number 9, people with 2 arms and 2 legs. Number 8, people with 3 arms and 1 leg. Number 7, people with 6 arms, 4 legs, and 8 or 9 antennas. Is it antennas? See, I got all hung up on how to pronounce the plural of antennas.
Antennae.
Kevin's the expert on these things. Antennae.
Antennasis.
Thank you very much. Top 10 kinds of people who should be worried about ICE raids. Number 6, people who say antennae.
Okay.
Gotcha. Number
Let me
5,
up. Okay, I'll remember that.
fat kids, skinny kids, kids who climb on rocks. Tough kids, sissy kids, even kids with chicken pox or cancer. Kids with cancer. Trump better sleep with one eye open. His mom was not officially a citizen when he was. Okay, doesn't matter.
That's right.
4, comedians. Yes, we do too count as people.
Ouch.
Actors don't.
Number 3,
Kind of.
musicians. Yes, we do too count as people.
You're 2 people.
Number 2, accordionists. Okay, we're fine. And the number 1 kind of people who should be worried about ICE raids, and I hope this is okay. Patty's mom, and I can't do her voice because that would be very racist, but hopefully Patty will do it because it's hilarious. Now I find out if it was okay to say that or not.
Yeah, let's find her. Right where
Bring Patty in and let's just find out.
Patty. There she is. Patty.
Hi, Patty.
Spotlight.
Hello.
Oh, she's angry. All right.
Oh no.
I do look very. I'm sorry. I'm sunburned. That's not anger. I swear.
Okay, thanks.
You're
I'm
welcome. She should be worried.
Sunscreen. You know, you get sunburned. A lot.
I know. It's a problem with being half Mexican. I think I'm immune. So
Irish.
You need like a daily lotion anyway that has SPF in it.
I know.
Yeah,
I do.
like Brad does when he's
Yeah.
standing for 20 minutes behind tourists. He always lotions up.
Harumph.
I'm
This
glad
is
for
why-
a different reason. Actually.
Let's find out if Patty's crazy, shall
Wait,
we?
now she has to her mom.
Is Patty crazy?
Oh, well.
Crazy?
Patty's not sure, Patty's not from lunatics winning their local races to major league wackos with orange faces to obnoxious a-holes taking handicapped spaces. If she's losing her mind, that's fair. She's Patti Vasquez.
Am I crazy?
And her mom.
Well, before we get to that, no, I'm crazy. I'm not even going to negotiate or try to bargain or give any other sort of impression. No, I mean, I'm tired. I went back and forth today trying to figure out what to talk about. I'm like, do I give them like a gut wrenching story, something about how I have a friend in Los Angeles who emigrated here as a child, and she's built a wonderful life for her family. And I messaged her yesterday, and I'm like, "How are you doing?" She's under the covers, freaking out, and I don't know how to tell you that, and how my heart hurts for her. And my friend who just lost his wife, who lives near some of the riots, and I don't even know the protest. If this was really a crisis, if Los Angeles was really in danger, it was devolving, or it was a banana republic, whatever. What on Thursday it wasn't. What was the difference between Thursday and Friday? What could possibly have happened? I'm not just talking about the Elon Musk. He's a pedo. He should be deported. Okay, all the stuff that we've been saying, and then they're like, oh, I'm going to say the worst thing, and then maybe delete it. No one will remember it. And I mean, the shelf life of what happened on Thursday when these two billionaires were basically publicly banging it out, and that sounds weird when I say it that way, but you know what I'm saying.
Who's the bottom?
They were having a breakup, and everyone, all the memes about how you love seeing a bromance dissolve during Pride Month. But here's the thing: Los Angeles was not under an invasion, was not the sort of third world country that he's depicting it as now. What's the difference? It was their breakup, and then I'm sorry, all of a sudden, Kilmar Garcia, who is never coming back. Remember, they all said that. There's no way we're going to bring him back. It's not possible. Not in this reality or whatever. And then all of a sudden, not only is he coming back, he's being charged. He's being indicted for crimes that no one ever mentioned that had nothing to do with Maryland, but now are coming out of Tennessee. And the lead prosecutor in Tennessee resigned everybody because he said this is all political and he didn't want to be a part of it. Like, there's so many things. And then, I don't know what's behind that. What's the danger that they're all afraid of. And then I'm not a conspiracy person. I'm just saying, it's hard to remember that any of these freaking things are happening.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then, yeah, by the way, is it wrong that I don't know how I feel about the fact that we also had ICE arrests last week and they did not decide to escalate it. And I kind of feel like, aren't we cute? What's wrong with Chicago? Can't we fight? So no, I feel bad because I'm relieved it's not Chicago, because he has threatened, I don't know if you guys remember this, those of you who live in Chicago do, he threatened to send the National Guard in 10 years ago. And and believe me, the idea that he is looking for a reason, a path to declare martial law, isn't that what a lot of us are? I mean, that's why when I go to a protest, I write my name, my husband's phone number on my arm in Sharpie so you can identify my body. And I'm not even kidding about that. Am I crazy? Yeah, I am crazy. This stuff is nuts. But that wasn't what I was going to talk about. I was going to tell you about how they've stopped research on the bird flu vaccination and rescinded $800 million for the possible next pandemic. So that's what I meant to talk to you about, because you know what? I am crazy. Thank you, everybody.
Patti Vasquez. Oh, and now, of course,
my mom. I didn't do my mom. I'm sorry. Your mom.
I didn't even do it.
It always happens when we do the thing at the same time.
I haven't done anything. I didn't push anything. You did it all.
Then I don't know what. It's Bob's fault.
About your mom.
So here's my mom. So I don't think I've ever told you guys this. So my mom is so cute. I've talked about how she likes to do sort of sayings, like I was going to my tough place and a hard on, right? and I'm like, that's not necessarily a bad thing. But so one of the things she used to like saying to me when I would leave for a show, she would go break your legs. So I always like, so you guys, every time I do a show,
Patti.
go break your legs.
Wait, I have a question. No, wait, don't hear it, Patti. Patti. Okay, so what's interesting though is that the business that you're in, because of all this see, here's what the Republicans love that you don't. They are not, when it's the opposite, all they want to do is be in your position, except it's not real. Like, they want to complain, pretend everything's horrible, because they get so much more business. So many people are listening. Your radio show has more people.
I know.
But the problem is, when they do it, they're making it all up and lying, and you're doing it, and they're actually doing all these things. So I'm guessing it's much more stressful.
It's very stressful, and I will say, and I didn't want to make jokes about this, but I've been going to a lot of Pride events, volunteering and appearing and all the things, and I have never seen in over a decade. And to be clear, I've gotten death threats regarding Pride events. When I was at WGN, we were talking. It was the week of the Pulse shootings, and I had a guest on who had come into his own sort of authenticity at Pulse. That was his home club. And someone texted us when I was at WGN. This is in 2015, whatever the Pulse shootings, I think 15. They wrote, "This is why people want to come down there and shoot you," things like that. And so I hadn't seen that. I hadn't seen it to that level. And that was when Trump was running the first time or had just won.
Yeah.
And this month I have gotten more like death threats, either both publicly and privately, because I'm appearing at Pride events. It's really strange, and a lot of Bible verses. And then I just said all the and then he talked about love and kindness and supporting the poor, and he never actually said anything. Yeah, and by the way, I'm sorry, Paul was kind of I wouldn't trust anything that Paul wrote, is all I'm saying. And the Bible is the biggest version of telephone in the world. I mean, how many people anyway. The fact that I've done these arguments, it's exhausting.
300 years later, the telephone didn't even start till 300 years later.
Exactly.
We had to invent the telephone so that would make sense.
You're not doing it right. See, Republicans, when they're in this situation, they charge everybody a ton of money to show up and say but you're not saying hateful nonsense. They say hateful nonsense, but you have to charge all these people to show up. Patti Vasquez is $5,000 to show up at these events, but no, you're doing it free. You're getting death threats for free.
Yes. I'm a bargain, baby.
You're a bargain. You're a bargain. So everybody, call Patti and invite her to your event because she'll come.
Or Patti, if you like, Patti, I could threaten your life right now, and maybe we'll get more donations on this show.
Yes.
Or
yeah,
it'll help.
Yeah, Patti's people. Well, we need send money here so we can get Patti a buddy.
Bob and I can start an inquisition just about you.
Yes.
Nice.
That's the new Dire Straits hit. Protests for nothing and threats for free.
Nice.
All right, Patti.
Thank you, Patti.
Go back to dinner if you haven't had it.
Do something fun.
All right.
I'm here. I'm listening. I'm here.
Okay.
Yay.
Hey, speaking of fun, look what we've got. This guy's
where's Ian?
fun. From morning till night. Hi, Ian.
Hi.
Hey, his face looks a lot brighter and better.
Yeah, it happens when I turn lights on in my dark hovel cave.
So good.
Yes.
Exactly.
So there's Ian's #1 fan in the thing saying hi.
Ian's #1
Hello.
fan. That's so great.
In the chat. Appreciate that. Yeah, hi guys.
Hi. You know the drill around here. We're going to do a little
kinda
video intro for you. Then you're going to do a song. I have no idea what you're going to do. And then I'm going to answer it somehow. And then after that, you're going to do a second song. Sound good?
That sounds like a plan.
It does, doesn't it? Sometimes it actually works. Let's see what happens this week.
We'll see.
It's our musical guest, Gonna sing something funny and then Steve will play something in between. Our musical guest. It's time for our musical guest.
Insane Ian.
And you're on.
White smoke is blowing out in Rome. Seems the Vatican has gone and chosen a new pope. And I heard that MAGA found his tweets, and from the things he said online, their meltdown is complete. He's very anti-gun, corrected J.D. Vance, and just like Jesus says, he loves the immigrants. Although I wish that he supports LGBT, won't make old MAGA proud. I know they're gonna scream, God, what have you done? He's a woke Marxist pope, and he can't stand Trump. Oh, MAGA must be so pissed, 'cause he preaches the word, and he's not a racist, so they call him woke Marxist pope. I'm gonna keep on laughing as the woke Marxist pope pisses off the maggots 'cause he's from Chicago. I'm gonna keep on clapping for the woke Marxist pope, woke Marxist pope. And now their jaws are on the floor. Who'd have thought the Pope has advocated for the poor? And I heard he's met with Zelensky, 'cause he's avoiding another fatal meeting with JD. They lost their minds when he held mass and spoke Latin. They wished it was English, 'cause he's American. Blind and change, aid for the Gaza Strip. With every word he speaks, he makes the magas flip. God, what have you done? This woke Marxist Pope loves immigration, oh MAGA. He's kinda centrist, but he preaches about love. So you think he's leftist, so you call him woke Marxist Pope. I'm gonna keep on laughing as the woke Marxist Pope pisses off the maggots cause he's pro-love and hope. I'm gonna keep on laughing for the woke Marxist Pope. Woke Marxist Pope.
Yeah.
Just the instrumental break.
Yay!
He's not done yet.
Not done.
Now don't think that I think he's perfect. The cases of abuse from priests he handled with neglect. And don't get me started on pro-life, but somehow this has not won him his fans among the right, saying, God, what have you done? He's a woke Marxist Pope, and he hates our freedoms. Oh MAGA, please give it a rest. Tell me, when has a priest never been progressive? Still you call him woke Marxist Pope. I'm gonna keep on laughing as the woke Marxist Pope pisses off the maggots cause Jesus is woke. I'm gonna keep on laughing for the woke Marxist Pope. Woke Marxist Pope. And now on the fade out, you can clap.
Fade out.
Hey, that must be brand new.
It is brand new. Well, it's a couple weeks old, but it just hit streaming. So
that's pretty brand new to me.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if I can get through this one. This is not brand new. This is brand like kind of old. At least 3 albums ago. Let's see. It was must-see TV in the mid-1990s when our TVs were not yet handheld. Every Thursday night we'd watch the zaniest whiteys that we'd ever seen since Seinfeld. I don't know how they could rent that huge apartment when they were all supposedly broke. Now they're all back with a streaming contract, and I feel guilty cause I'm trying to be woke. Cause I watch Friends, even though it's racist, I can't help myself. It's those familiar faces, they're a Netflix hit. And I'm so conflicted, and I don't know what key this should be in. Yeah, I'm not big on Will and Grace. I like the pretty hetero white millionaires hanging out in their coffee place. Oh, I watch Friends, even though it's racist. That's enough. All right, back to Insane Ian.
You're questioning what key that's in, and I'm always playing the game of pick a key, any key, so that's fine.
That's what separates us.
Clearly, yeah, because you know what keys are. Anyway, being an older gentleman, this song seems appropriate for just about any time I'm older. When it comes to getting older, I find it so hard to adjust to my hairy ears and shoulders and not knowing what to trust. No, I don't mean the government, and I don't mean my friends. I can't take this punishment or know how it'll end. With all of these trust issues, they're tearing me apart. But there ain't no doubt you get to my age, you can't trust a fart. You know what I mean? Sometimes you're... Oh, well, excuse me. Gotta go change.
Ian!
That was the song.
That was it. I think he knows a good place to stop right there.
That was a great place.
Not wearing out the welcome like I'm wearing out my jockeys. All right.
That song is going straight to number 2.
Oh, yeah, that was a classic. Classic song.
Thank you, Ian. Hey, where can we hear and see you singing and playing with the things with the insanity?
You can see and hear more of me at insaneian.bandcamp.com, where you can get all of the music auditorially. And if you want to see more of me, youtube.com/insaneian, where I do video reactions to comedy music that's new and new to me, plus my own comedy music is up there on the videos. And if you really want to support me, patreon.com/insaneian.
All righty. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. We will see you again soon, I am sure.
I hope so.
Oh, man.
And that was enough of that. So there you go.
Oh, look what's after that. It's that. Oh,
There he
my
is.
God.
Bill in his cabin. Look, see the difference between his cabin and my cabin. That's
But with Ian, hold on. I got to bring Ian back in because with his song, it's like 3 ships that pass gas in the night. Okay, that's enough of that.
God. You brought him in for that.
What did I do? Why am I getting?
How did
You
that-
saved our butts. That's what you did.
Oh my God.
You'll think twice
You're
about
gonna-
this next time you take this gig. All
You
right.
aren't going to point out the pillow.
No, I think I've had enough of that.
He's doing us a favor, and this is how
He
you
is
treat
doing us a favor, and I'm being a jerk. Hey, Bill, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to play a little intro for you, and then you're going to do 10 minutes of stand-up, and then we're going to tell you how awesome you are.
Can we just say I'm awesome now? And skip
We
it?
could.
You're
Yeah, but
Be awesome now.
You don't mean it. Play the song.
Scheduled praise.
thing. Oops, and I forgot how. See, you got me all confused. Hold on. Hey, by the way, Bill, did I mention you're awesome? Okay, here we go.
It's time for our big headliner. Got some funny jokes to say. Oh, do a 10-minute set headliner. Man, I'm so glad that it's Monday. Yeah.
Bill Baronke, who is awesome.
I want to say I am feeling awesome because yesterday I got to meet Brad at Starbucks and watch him complain because they added cinnamon to his coffee and he was freaking out.
It was a
And
chai.
that's all I could think about. I was so concerned. And so finally I get on. I was worried because I had shows and I stress out about stuff. So get this. It actually, the show went okay. And then afterwards, this couple stops me and they said, oh, we haven't laughed out loud at a comedian since a talent show at an elementary school. And I guess my face kind of gave away what I was thinking. And the husband goes, no, the kid was really good. He was a 5th grader. So welcome to the ships. I hate to talk so much about the ships because Brad and I are both doing that, but I did notice this today. And I've seen it before. When people are eating sushi or other, Chinese, Japanese food, they all of a sudden go to the chopsticks, and I don't get it. Like, you're using a fork for everything else. Is this like in Japan? Is someone eating mac and cheese with a spork? And I really think sporks don't get enough attention. I just like the word. But then you start thinking, it's like, how come they haven't combined like other utensils? Like a fork and a knife make a fife? Or you might slice the side of your mouth. But I really think there's some potential here. And the other thing I've noticed, and I'll get off the stupid ship thing, but people on ships are so incredibly comfortable walking everywhere in robes. I don't get it. I don't understand it. So I'm at the gym, and there's this dude that comes in a robe, like he's some kind of prize fighter, and a prize fighter wearing Crocs. And then he's on this machine that I want. Like, I do a certain thing, and I'm waiting, and I'm kind of getting angry with it. And then naturally, he's got the robe and the Crocs, and he pulls out his phone. And in my mind, I'm doing the whole judgmental, this like, oh, he's taking selfies, what a worthless punk, blah, 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 blah. And I'm all angry. I'm kind of like Brad when he's trying to get off of a ship. And so I switch and I go to this other thing, and I notice this guy next to me on this machine has his phone out. And I'm like, what is going on? And then this lady's doing burpees, and she's got a phone out. And finally, I realized they all have fitness apps, and they have personal trainers. I'm the only one who doesn't have one. And they're looking, and they're judging me. I know, and I'm like, it's supposed to be a judge-free zone, and I'd be mad at them for judging, but honestly, because you're not supposed to judge, but honestly, judging people is so much fun. So when I go back to the gym tomorrow, I'm just gonna bring my phone and run porn. So I got some time to myself because I'm on the ship with all my friends, and so I saw this thing though in Virginia. in a small town in Virginia, there was a division. I don't know how many divisions there are, but a division of the KKK, and they were passing out leaflets in 2025. I'm like, leaflets? You can't even update your hate? Is it too hard to like? I mean, I don't think we stress like how much paper is wasted in racism. I mean, is it just too hard to email through a hood? I don't know. And the thing is, I mean, this update your hate. I mean, this isn't even like your parents' racist. This is like our grandparents' racist. Yeah. Actually, it's probably our grandparents. But since I got all this time alone, I saw this other article that said, get this, highly intelligent people are less satisfied with multiple relationships. So it turns out I'm not an a-hole. I'm just brilliant. Then the study goes on to show that highly intelligent people prefer quality relationships and friendships over quantity. So it turns out I am kind of an a-hole. So I was talking about this before, and I'm sorry to do this to you guys again, but I'm trying to figure this out. I was trying to learn how to meditate daily. All these successful people talk about meditating daily, and I've never been able to get to my mind to rest. Probably the stress of, working up to 3 nights a week. So wait a minute, I forgot what I was doing. I was so proud of myself. I found this class, a meditation class on Zoom, and it's absolutely free. And I'm like, perfect, because to improve myself, I'm so willing to invest nothing. The instructor, as you would guess, really chill dude. You would expect that. And he seems really nice. And he starts explaining everything. But he's one of these people that when he explains stuff goes into all these little sidebars that aren't necessary and just keeps going and going, kind of like I'm doing to you right now. So I'm like, oh, wow, is he trying to bore me into a deeper consciousness? And the class has 2 other students, right? Both of them show up eating. The one is smoking a hookah, so I'm like, oh man, hope the ship Wi-Fi is strong enough to get a contact high. And then the other, he's a little older, more dignified, and he's eating cereal with a cartoonishly large spoon. And then I'm like, wait a minute, I'm asking him about it. He's like, no, that's not cereal, it's popcorn. He's a magician, can't get it on his hands. And I'm like, oh, pick a card. I can't. It's too buttery. So the problem I have, and a lot of people do when they try to meditate, is your mind just, all this crap keeps coming in your mind. So the instructor says, okay, focus on the top of your head, and then slowly let your lose ease focus, and then let your mind clear. And if you feel all this daily garbage come in your head, just focus on the top of your head again. So after doing a little while, I still can't relax because now I'm worried about my bald spot.
Bald spot.
So, but here's the deal. We keep taking this class. At every class, these guys show up. They're always eating. And, you do the thing with you close your eyes and all you can hear is like chewing. And I kind of feel bad. I kind of feel like the only person that didn't bring something to a potluck meditation. So we're a few minutes in this one class. You just hear the chewing. And then I hear this weird high-pitched thing. And it turns out it's like a rhythmic sound. And it's coming from the magician. And I'm like, you're getting inner peace with a nose whistle? He's a magician. His next trick should be making some Flonase appear. I don't know how long it takes to open up the sinus chakra, but I think that's actually yoga. But seriously, man, what's the difference? But every class we start now, like I feel myself getting hungry, and the instructor's like, breathe, and I start to drool. I'm like Pavlov's lotus. I'm going to quit the class because I've been taking it and I still can't meditate, but now I have diabetes. But as I'm getting ready to give up, get this. You see those commercials for the Calm app? I'm like, all right, let's give this a shot. And what it is it plays, you see the commercials, they play different sounds to help your mind relax and ease in. And I was looking this up, though. One of the sounds actually is city sounds. So there's like trains, buses, cars honking. I think I heard some dude flip me off. And so if like you've got this, there's a thunderstorm sound. And it's like, so if you got this severe thunderstorm in the area and you're worried about your basement flooding, just listen to the app. It's much less stressful. And now I'm hungry again. So let's see. Do I have to? Okay, I'll get this real quick. This is new, and I'll torture you with this too. I was my girlfriend. I know. So like my eyes, when I've used readers a lot now. I didn't used to it, and it happened all of a sudden. And I'm like, oh man, I wonder if I could get some kind of surgery. She said, no, I like them. They make you look smarter. And then now I'm getting older, and the gray coming in the facial hair. I'm like, maybe I'll just shave it. She's like, no. I really like it. And I'm like, oh, so basically she's in favor of anything that covers my face. She's always giving me crap because I get grays and the sideburns, and I'll pluck them out. And she's like, you can't do that. The gray looks dignified, and on and on and on. Well, I hadn't seen her for a long time because I've been fortunate. I've been working. And all of a sudden, my hair, I mean, I've had some grays, but they're like assaulting me. It's a full charge. It's like when my eyes went bad all of a sudden. And so then I see her, and she's like, ooh, you really great. I'm like, what happened to the whole dignified thing? And she's like, no, it looks good. And so the next day she's at her hairdresser's, and she calls me all excited. It's like, Anthony says that all his male clients they love Just for Men, the shampoo. And I'm like, what? Why are you trying to change me? She's like, I'm not trying to change. I'm going for an upgrade. So I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm going to try this stuff because I'm incredibly vain. I always said that I don't care what color my hair turns as long as I keep it. And it turns out I was lying. So I get this stuff, and like nothing's happening for a week, right? And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh my God, my hair's getting dark. And so what you're supposed to do, you use it until you get to where you want your hair to be. And then you just cut back to like once a week so it looks a little more national. And I can't stop. I'm addicted. I mean, dude, next time on your show, you're going to be like, that looks like a young Asian boy. A lot of wrinkles.
You look like a young Jack Guilford.
What's that?
You look like Jack Guilford. You know, Max Weinstock on the Golden Girls, a young version.
Thank you for saying the young version, because the last time someone said that you look like, they said Steve Buscemi. I was like, what? They're like, that's a compliment. It's like, no, it's not.
He's kind of funny.
I'll leave you this. This is my big closer because I stole it from an 11-year-old at the show. Because it was one of those where their parents are like, oh, she wants to tell you some jokes. And so I'm like, all right. And so I actually, you're going to find this hard to believe, there was a lull in my show last night.
No.
So, come on. I tried to tell him I was amazing. Anyway, so this was her joke. It said, why do ducks have tail feathers?
Why do ducks have tail feathers?
So you can't see their butt quack. Applause break. Thank you very much.
Very cool.
Oh, Bob approves.
That's an old one. So are you really coloring your hair?
Yeah.
Because I'm wondering when we should have a pool of when my hair is going to be gray. I have a little in the beard, but I still don't have any gray in my hair, and we should have a pool and put all the money in, and then we can donate it to the Hair Club for Men or something.
It's all flowing its way.
Here's the thing: is people are so embarrassed to talk about coloring their hair. I'm like, women have been painting their faces since they were in middle school, and I have to be embarrassed.
I color my wife's hair. She makes me do the hair. So, but
here's the hook.
What's weird is your wife colors my hair. That's so odd.
I'm just going to let it go, whatever color it goes. I just wonder when that's going to happen.
Stick around.
I'm sorry. Are you complaining about this, you jerk?
No, I'm not complaining. I see Steve's gray, and that's fun. But that's great.
I've been a Clairol girl for quite some time.
That's right. You've done a great job.
Here's something fun I enjoyed about your set, Bill. Although I enjoyed the whole thing, but I've for a long time been trying to come up with the best band name I can if I'm ever in another band, and I write them down. Like I've had a few that I really like 30-Pound Squirrel is nice. Emotional Support Yo-Yo. I think that would be a fine ska.
Like that.
But tonight, I think my new favorite is Nose Whistle. That's a band.
I was trying to figure out any way to work that phrase in.
Yeah, I wish I
you know what? You got to do some kind of band with sporks. I just love the word spork.
Honestly,
fine
a
word.
band called some kind of band with sporks would work.
It has to be electric something spork. The
Electric
the
Spork Orchestra.
psychedelic
Electric nose whistle spork.
Yeah.
Oh man, you have to have a really big bass drum, but we could get it on there.
Electric Light Sporkchestra.
Yeah, there you go.
Bill, thanks for helping us tonight. It was fantastic.
That was really awesome. You're awesome.
Are you just
doing
doing chips now, or where are you going to be other than that?
Where am I? I've got. I'm actually getting on Zanies in Nashville on Dusty Slay show Tuesday the 24th or 20 whatever that is.
This month.
This month.
Yeah, because I've got some corporate work.
Wait a minute.
Nashville, so I got that, and then
I might be
trying
in
to
town.
sleaze my way on the Nate Bargatze show. I don't think that's going to happen, but trying.
You're going to be on the Nate Bargatze show?
No, I'm trying to sleaze my way onto it.
Is it? What night is it?
Nate's is they're trying to. My friend's trying to get me on the Monday, and then Dusty's is on the Tuesday.
I'm in town June 24th. I might drive down.
Shut up!
You can't. I have your car.
I know Dusty. Yeah, I've been on Dusty's shows before. Yeah, I might drive down for the hell of it.
Yeah, he's such a great
show,
dude.
But what the hell?
So.
What?
Yeah,
what
we'll
time's
see.
The show.
I think it's at 7.
Okay. Yeah, maybe I'll drive down. Okay, cool.
But yeah, check with me first. Make sure I'm still on. But he said he would.
Well, no, I'm going to call him and say, tell Bill not to go put me on instead. But
tell Bill he can't go on the show unless he does the duck tail feather.
Yes,
close-up.
That's right.
Yes,
that's right.
it's a quack.
And you're trying to, and the night before, you're trying to get on Nate's show?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. But
Steve has been with Nate down there. Weren't you with Nate, Steve, or something?
I ran into Nate in the green room at Zanny's many months ago. Yes,
Oh,
it wasn't on the show.
He did his own show. So,
yeah.
All right. Well, thanks,
Stop
Bill.
pointing to
That
me
was
and saying
fantastic.
Bill,
You're
that
like a
was awesome. In
misguided
case we didn't
weatherman.
mention it before, that was awesome.
That truly was awesome.
Thank
you
you
so much.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Anytime you want to come and do 10 new minutes you wrote, let us know, and we'll put you down.
Especially if there's ducks involved.
Yeah, this is the best place to do 10 minutes. But
All
you
about
can't
the
do
ducks.
kids' old jokes.
Now, it's time for the next thing. And for this next thing, it's really important that we wake up my dad because, oh, good.
There he is.
Wait, good, because Dad is a big Kendrick Lamar fan. So it's very important that he
Big
be
Kendrick Lamar fan.
Very big. Oh, yes, since the early days. So let's do this,
All right.
and then we'll go right into it.
How about another dumb song from Steve for no reason?
Except the reason is Carrie Dalby called me on Thursday and said, I have an idea. And so we did this.
Psst, I see rich people. Ooh, I think the billionaire bromance isn't going too well. Musk, you sent out a tweet, whoa, forgot not to poop where you eat, yo. Less and less Teslas left on the street, bro. Were you fired or did you quit being Don's hoe? Hey, Orange Boy, did you sponsor the wrong immigrant or did you run out of bronzer? Making fun of his face and hairstyle like the pot calling the kettle pedophile.
Oh, hi, Jeffrey Epstein.
Hillary was right, now the whole world's watching. Wop, 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 Donnie trumped him up. 130K spent trying to shut her up. Rich white boys, they never get tired of scoring and whoring and saying you're fired. Oh man, you're both fired. Now Don, do not like Musk. He not like Musk. He not like Musk. Now Don, do not like Musk. He not like Musk. He not like Musk. Can we be friends? Can we be friends? Hey Kanye, hey Kanye, hey Kanye, hey Kanye. Now wait a minute. He's the voice of reason?
Hey!
That was good. Was that, and that was Kendrick Lamar song?
It's a parody of Kendrick Lamar's
Parody.
Grammy-winning song, yes.
I don't know what Kendrick
I had no
Not like
idea
us.
either.
Yeah.
Yes, the Caucasian blood runs thick around here. Yes.
That did take, he did that just in the last days or so?
Yeah, Friday, Saturday, and some of Sunday. And
Oh my
boom.
God. And the video and everything. Jeez.
Amazing I'm here on this show.
It's amazing you're awake.
And
I've
Dad's
done
awake.
nothing. I wrote a joke about dorky is what I did.
You did.
All right.
But
Push
it
the
was a
thing.
joke of the week.
I think it's time for someone to beg for money. Let's
Yes.
see how we can make this happen. Like
Brad begs for money. Hey, we need your money. We don't charge a cover or a 2-drink minimum. So what did you expect, Jack?
So there's a lot of great reasons to go to virtualcomedyshow.com and click donate to the comedians. Number one, come on, Steve spent like 72 hours straight putting all that together without even a break. You know what? And I had to and I had cinnamon put on my chai latte. You know how horrible that is? I didn't ask for cinnamon. Doesn't come with cinnamon. What do they think they're doing you a favor? Also, Patty needs a bodyguard, for God's sakes. We need to get her. She's getting popular, but the problem with popularity is you also get some problem people out there too. So go to virtualcomedyshow.com and donate to the comedians, and we'll get Ian a studio. Is what we'll get. We'll get him a camera. Maybe he won't be on the. We'll hear the music next time. It'll be fantastic.
Better mics and better audio stuff.
Any mic or any audio stuff. I have a feeling we heard you screaming from your house. So go to virtualcomedyshow.com and click donate to the show. And Bill's fine. He doesn't need any money, but he lives. He's amazing. How much is your apartment there outside of New York City, Bill?
It's $2,000.
Wow.
Yikes! You got to send him some money.
Man, okay.
Thanks for
really
bringing me
need
down.
money now. Oh, wow. $2,000. Oh my gosh.
That's a bargain.
Makes my soul hurt. So, ladies and gentlemen, go to virtualcomedyshow.com, click donate to the comedians, and give us money. And we'll send a little bell to Steve's dad's house, and it'll ring every couple minutes.
Good idea.
Okay, play the thing. Let's do the thing and get out of the thing.
Yeah, I think it's time for the worst joke of the week.
I'm so happy about this.
Worst joke.
Boo! That was the worst joke ever.
Okay, this is not the worst joke. It's bad, but I really like it. Okay, here we go. It's the worst joke because of content. A 200-year-old condom covered in erotic art, sickos.
Yes.
A 200-year-old condom covered in erotic art is on display in an Amsterdam museum. It is displayed in a glass case with a small hammer and a sign that says "break in case of erection."
And good night.
Virtual comedy show. We learned a lot of stuff we didn't need to know, like into the toilet America goes. That's what you get when you watch this show. It's gonna be a long 4 years. We have a lot of fun at the Virtual Comedy Show. It's better than sitting home playing